Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Grasshoppers. It is round 6 of Premiership Rugby U18 League. Harlequins hosting Bristol Bears today. Bristol Bears 2 victories in the last 3 games. Harlequins struggling a little bit for form. 3 defeats in a row, but they're at home today. It's a fast track, it's a beautiful day, no breeze at all, it's overcast, it's clear. It's 2 teams who love to play fast, attacking rugby. And wherever you're watching around the world on what promises to be a brilliant rugby weekend, it is great to have your company, no matter which team you're supporting. Hopefully, we've got an entertaining game for you. Well, the teams will be on their way out shortly, so let's have a look at how they are lining up today. Starting with Harlequins in the front row, we've got Conor Van Leeuwen on the loose head side, Jimmy Staples at hooker, Ollie Streeter anchoring that scrum at tight head. In the engine room, Freddie Abel and Elliot Williams. Then the back row, Tate Williams at 8. On the open side, Ashton Graham. And then Jack O'Kelly of Isha on the blind side flank. The halfbacks, Felix Bateman-Champagne at 10 with Sam Lyne pulling the strings at 9. The centre partnership, Ed Tussler at 12 and Morgan Purnell at 13. Then the back 3, Zuko Robb on the left, Isaac Manuel on the right, and Elliot Southworth of Beckingham RFC at fullback. Then on the bench, the impact players. Nobody in the 16 and 18 jerseys today. So Jamie Miller will wear 17, Nathan Venton 19, Adam Beanie 20, Tom Maslin 21, Subomu Kalaojo 22, and Ben Webb will be wearing number 23. As for Bristol Bears, 2 wins in the last 3, and they arrive with another 22 players jam-packed with talent. Will Pearce, Jacob Hodgson and Jack Parkinson in the front row. Rowan Curry and Harrison James in the boiler house, with Huller, Hill and Lloyd in the back row. Ted Phillips and Finn Fiddler at 9 and 10. The back 3, Josh Shepherd on the left, Louis Nanskaville on the right, and Tom Bowen at fullback, with Victor Worsnip at outside centre and Jamie Howick in there at 12. On the bench, Charlie Manship, Jan Davison, Oliver Russell, Harry Mills, Dan Bartlett, Oscar Green and Ethan Williams, wearing 16 to 22. Well, Bristol have formed a long tunnel. The under-18s playing today, but the under-17s on the journey as well. And here they come. It's a great rivalry across the sport of rugby. The senior men, the senior women, the academies, the youngsters. All of these players will have come through knowing each other. Bristol of the West Country, Harlequins in the capital. But there's so much mystery around the schools game. These young players, particularly in the social media age, they'll all know each other so well. And it is a massive opportunity to get a victory against a team with a huge amount of pride at stake. Of course, some of these players will stay on senior academy, where they'll be pushing on to the first team. Others will end up perhaps going to university, playing Bucks Super Rugby, using that as a pathway. Some will go into club rugby, some. This under-18 academy is the last they will ever play rugby. So they want to do themselves proud. And they want to make some memories. And they've got a chance here today at Grasshoppers. Fantastic facility. My commentary position, the same as you can see. We're on the balcony of a beautiful clubhouse at Grasshoppers. Referee Max Marshall in charge today. Gary Ribton and Rob Park are his assistants, and Harlequins in the famous quarters get this Premiership Academy game kicked off. Bristol Bears receiving. That was Rowan Curry, the lock forward. First touch for him, a confident one. And Bristol, the chip and chase immediately, looking to win that ball back, and they do. Non-traditional exit, but it's a good one. But there's an offside in midfield.
9 off the ball. I'm so glad you spotted that. 12. pulling the 9 off the ball.
And Sam Line very politely telling Max Marshall he'd done a good job. No, that's not a great kick. First opportunity for Harlequins to get territory is missed.
Hey, option, scrum line. Scrum called.
What it does mean is we're going to have our first look at the scrum today. Reminder of those front rows. Connor Van Leeuw, Jimmy Staples captains the team at hooker, and Ollie Streeter on the tight head side for Harlequins. For Bears, Will Pearce on the loose, Jacob Hodgson at hooker, and Parkinson on the tight head.
Crouch! Bang!
I'm Sam Watson blind, Zeus.
Set!
Pressure coming on from Quins at the scrum, but referee just wants a reset.
Let's go again then. Big lunge on now, fellas. Here we go,
Work
Street.
hard to hold your weight.
Here we go, Ollie Street. Let's go, Connor. Let's go, bud. Here we are. Big nudge on now. Let's go, buddy. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Crouch!
I'm watching blind all day.
Bang! Set!
I'm watching blind.
Second set of the first scrum then, and it comes from Ted Phillips. Much more solid from Bears that time, and they've gone to go wide early. Good tap tackle on Tom Bowen, but he goes again. He's not held. Beautiful feet from the fullback. Live wire carry from him. Ashton Graham called off it for Quins, and Bristol Bears looking sharp, looking confident, ball in hand. Change of direction, and Finn Fiddler sends it into the 22. Now Manuel. Did say it was a fast surface in both teams, particularly when the outside backs have got their hands on the ball early in this game. Look like they want to burn up this synthetic turf. Now, Sam Line. First chance at the box kick for him. Just since the game's kicked off, there's a teeny tiny breeze sort of blowing towards the camera. See how that'll affect the kicking, particularly those high-hanging box kicks. It is quite exposed here. Good carry from Joe Lloyd, but it's slow ball. Phillips, bit of indecision. Harrison James over the gain line. Jacob Hodgson tucks and goes up that 5-metre channel. Good patient phase play this from Bristol Bears.
13, Quins, offside.
Morgan Pennell, he was offside in that phase. He looked like he might have strayed offside a couple of phases before. Just keen to shut off those passing channels.
13.
And Finn Fiddler finds a good touch.
Stay.
It's fun. 5 called.
First venture into the 22 then for Bristol Bears. Hodgson at hooker. First job, find the jumper. Which he does. And he's stayed out, Jacob Hodgson, because he backs himself. But it's a good tackle by Sam Line. It's a training ground move. Keep Hodgson in space. Get him to run over the 9, but Sam Line brave in defence. And the score remains Harlequins 0, Bristol Bears 0. Now Jimmy Staples' turn to find the man. Plenty going on in that Quins line out. They end up going to the front. Oh, Line didn't get any support, and Joachim Haller was there. The charge down, the gather, the try. No block in place, and the big back row was on hand to deliver. Just nobody in place. Sam Line completely exposed, but it was very well done by Huller. Saw the opportunity and grabbed it. First try of the day for Bears, first venture into the 22.
Okay, thank you.
Yields points. Quins 0, Bears 5. It was Finn Fiddler's penalty that put Bears in the right position. Now he's got his first place kick of the day to add the extras to that Huller try. Well struck. And it is a maximum. Try by Huller. Conversion by Fiddler. Harlequins 0, Bristol Bears 7. We'll take another look at this. Just nobody there. That little step out for Sam Line, which means he has no protection from the big group in front of him. It's well executed by Huller. It's one of those ones that big locks, big back rows absolutely dream of, because you still need a little bit of luck when you make a charge down like that.
Numbers.
But you've got to be in it to win it, haven't you? Oh, it's been overthrown though, and an opportunity for Quins to strike straight back. Ashton Graham takes them into the 22. Now the big men queue up. Excellent line speed from Bears. That was led by Will Pearce. And they are flying out of the line. Watch out for Jamie Howick, the inside centre with the horse's mane.
Advantage.
It's like Benhard Jansi van Rensburg, but with a perm. Quins playing with a penalty advantage.
Still playing advantage.
Just looking to create that quick ball, but it's not quite there for them at the moment. And that shrill blast on Max Marshall's whistle indicates the penalty.
Let's go.
A better touch found this time.
Time is off. Take the edge of the line, please. Time is off.
Well, the time was off because Finn Fiddler
Okay, time on.
was down injured. He slots back into the defensive line, and Bristol with their 22 and their try line to defend. Jimmy Staples
Ball.
finds another good dart, thankfully for him, in the opposite 22 this time. There is the captain at the back. Oh, this looks very good, very efficient, very effective for Harlequins, and they're straight back in the game. Jimmy Staples is over. And Bristol Bears were 7 points ahead for less than a couple of minutes. Really well executed, really well coached by Harlequins. Or Staples may have gone a teeny tiny bit earlier there. Sorry, a teeny tiny bit early. Could have delayed a few more seconds. However, he got the ball down, which is the main thing. The 5 points will go to him, but it certainly belongs to the forward pack. Felix Bateman-Champagne on kicking duty today for Quins. Puts the left boot through it. Oh, and he's drawn that in beautifully. Great strike. Scoreboard level. Less than 10 minutes gone. Harlequins 7, Bristol Bears 7. Let's take another look at this try then. Yeah, Quins got it right in the beginning, and Bristol Bears went for that initial sack. It was just a change at the point of contact, which took 2 or 3 Bears forwards out, and then it was a steady march to the line. Now, something that Bristol couldn't do after they scored was exit correctly. Something Harlequins couldn't do that led to the Bristol Bears try was exit correctly. But that'll be frustrating for Bears. They've strayed offside.
5 is offside.
And that'll mean that Harlequins can kick to touch. And a couple of coach killers for Bristol. As that ball has come up onto the balcony with us, causing mass chaos and panic amongst the supporters and the parents. I mean, I'm not suggesting for 1 second that I could have caught it, but it is what it is, and we are where we are. Here's Staples. That one overthrown, but Quins get away with it. Conor van Leeuw with a lovely turn to get away from trouble. They've not managed to pull one off yet, but Bristol Bears looking for that choke tackle to try and create them all. It's an effective tactic. It's getting high under that ball. Quins on it once again. Bateman Champagne tips it on. Now they can find the edge, and Zuko robs out there.
Release White.
Yeah, Bateman Champagne wants to get his hands on it, wants to send the big men in. Conor van Leeuw, the latest to carry. Scrappy ball for Sam Lyon to have to deal with. Jacob Hodgson defending again. The hooker. He's got a real work rate, the Bears man. Bateman Champagne, options inside and out. Oh, what a shot. Brilliant tackle, but then hands on the floor to spoil it.
Number 1, roll away.
Well, it's a Harlequins penalty in the end, but brilliant tackle technique. Quins kick to the corner. Let's take another look at this. What a rib tickler. Great read. Great contact, but Harlequins have missed touch.
I'm happy.
Oh, that's gone straight into touch. There were a few groans around the arena there, as it looked as though Nanskaville might have been body checked on the right-hand side, but the referee happy that the defending player held his line. And that's 2 brilliant opportunities Harlequins have had to kick to touch from the penalty, but they've managed to miss touch on. Good hands in midfield though by the forwards. Phil Fiddler making a good tackle. A little snipe from Sam Lyon, but there's no real gap there. And, well, it was ripped. And he knocked it on. But he regathered it, so perhaps can feel a little bit hard done by there, Sam Lyon. Because it was ripped from his hands, and the ball certainly never hit the floor. But referee Max Marshall a lot closer than we are.
Mark's here. Outside your half.
Seconds.
Coach! Bind! Set! Longer bind. Let's go, Chris. So all you, mate.
Second. Here we go, boys.
Coach! Bind! Set!
Yeah, good scrums.
In and out quickly by Ted Phillips, and Bears on the way again. Here's Howick. Lovely ball to Tom Bowen. Great footwork. He finds it to the edge, and just goes to ground as Bears look to strike on the first phase. Tom Bowen, the fullback, popping up.
Thanks.
That little delayed pass there. Kieran Hill ran through, didn't he?
Time is off, relax.
Had to offload that ball because the touchline doesn't ever miss a tackle. If it sticks to Tom Bowen, he's probably under the sticks.
Okay, thanks. Oh, they've got it now.
Zuko Robb, just out of your shot. He's down for Quins at the moment. In fact, he's back on his feet, but it doesn't look good. He's clutching that shoulder. That was from the collision where Kieran Hill came flying through. Just ran that dummy line, and I think Robb made the tackle on him, and he's picked up a bit of a stinger.
Happy?
But he's going to give it a go. He's going to get straight back into the defensive line on the left wing. He's going to have some defending to do as well. It's scrum over on the right-hand side. Everyone stood on the open side for Bristol Bears. In order as well. Finn Fiddler at first receiver. Then Howick, Worsnip, Josh Shepherd, and then keeping their depth. In behind the scrum, you've got Nanscoville and then Tom Bowen. Ready to run this ball back when it comes their way.
Set! Tight heads, too long, knee to ground.
So that penalty has come, and Max Marshall did warn Ollie Streeter the previous scrum that he wanted a longer bind. And he's a man of his word, Max Marshall. Big opportunity now after those two early tries. The game's settled into a bit of a rhythm, but now Jacob Hodgson with a chance to find the man and go to work, which they do. Still grinding forward.
Change one. Down by White.
To the ground by Bristol Bears, so they're going to have to do it the hard way. But Harlequins all over that ball. It's unplayable.
Scrum Quins.
And the home team escape. Great work at the breakdown. Bristol Bears just couldn't get that ball to the back. Harlequins all over it, so when it goes to ground, they don't have to move. And they get the put in at the scrum. Now, they've done similarly well last time. However, they couldn't get the exit right, and in stepped Joachim Haller for a charge down and a try. If you're just joining us, Harlequins 7, Bristol Bears 7. Joachim Haller, the back rower for Bristol Bears, scored the game's opening try, converted by Finn Fiddler. Harlequins came straight back. Jimmy Staples off the back of an excellent maul, and Bateman Champagne with the conversion. And here is Bateman Champagne. Cultured left boot, good distance on that, but he's kept it in field. Now Tom Bowen can step off that left foot again. So dangerous in broken play. This time he does get the off foot away, and it does stick for Bateman. Ted Phillips has a snipe. There are numbers here. Oh, chop tackle on Bowen.
Release Quins. No,
Just runs with such aggression. Diminutive figure. That doesn't matter at all. Joachim Haller into the 22. Go Bristol. Fiddler. Out the back, that one goes to Howick. Now they can get it out to the edge. But the tackle is good. Manuel can't quite drag Bears into touch though. And they can go one more time. Joe Lloyd. Oh, brilliant work over the ball.
Hey, White. Holding on.
First man there. Joe Lloyd was stranded. And when they're protecting the ball, the rules are a little bit different. If you're a back rower jackling and you get hold of the body, very often the referee will give you the benefit of the doubt. And once again, Quins defend their 22 well. The last two journeys in for Bristol Bears have led to Harlequins turnovers, and therefore the score remains 7-7.
Set the line out first, don't run in.
Oh, and then the double pump by Jimmy Staples, timing slightly off.
Dummy throw. What are we doing? Scrum called.
Let's go, come on. Come on, Parky. Come on, Parky. All us. Too long, too long. Use it as well.
You both need to chase your feet.
Yeah.
Thank you. Crouch! Bind! Set!
Well, Bristol winning the penalty at the last scrum. This time Quins looking to put the squeeze on. Opens a bit of space for Ted Phillips on the blind side, and
Just a scrum
knock on coming. But just the scrum advantage. It was a legitimate effort. And a bit of 9-on-9 fun and games there. Sam Line, Ted Phillips introducing themselves to one another. No harm in that. Two young players getting a bit feisty in a feisty game. Good contest as well. Bristol Bears perhaps shading the arm wrestle, but they've not been able to convert that pressure into points. Harlequins missed a couple of gilt-edged opportunities themselves, not necessarily to score, but to find touch and get good field position. Phillips has to reach in for that one. Finn Fiddler, Howick. Out the back to Tom Bowen. Bowen trying to go around the outside and does. He is quick and gets the pass away too. Bristol Bears flying forward back into the 22. That Nanskaville Bowen link up on the right hand side, a lethal one. Oh, sit down. Oh, Quins have turned it over again though, but illegally, says the referee.
7, no clear release. Assist tackler, must release.
And Ashton Graham searching for another turnover in the 22, this time penalised for no clear release. What do Bristol Bears do here? They have got 3 kickable points, but they are not even considering the polls. They're sending the big men forward. Will Pearce gets his head down, clatters into the Quins defence and knocks it on in the process. Well, 22.5 minutes gone, 35-minute halves in the under-18s, remember. And it feels like a game where the team who can deal with their frustrations the best will end up winning this one. Bristol Bears getting themselves in great positions, and then the mistakes are costing them the great field position. And then Harlequins will hold on, come up with a big play to turn the ball over, and then cough it back up without getting over the halfway line.
Bind! Set!
Scrum's a little bit messy, but Tate Williams can carry from the base, and it's a good carry as well. 3 Bristol Bears around him now. He needs to get that ball out. This is brilliant defending from the Bears. It was such a good carry, but Howick and Worsnip, the 2 centres, held up the big number 8.
Taken in by Quins, scrum white.
And there was no opportunity for him to get that ball away. That is excellent work from Howick and Worsnip.
Box in.
Maybe there's power in the perm.
Bang!
The Harlequins have landed themselves in a bit of trouble here. What an attacking platform for Bristol Bears. They're going to go to the left-hand side, and here is Jamie Howitt. Decided to go himself, clattering into two Quins defenders. There is a clear release there, but no turnover this time. Little nudge in behind. And a shrill blast on the referee's whistle. Harlequins were offside, and another gift-wrapped chance here for Bristol Bears.
Time is off.
Yeah, Harlequins never onside there, hence that little nudge in behind. And for the electric Tom Bowen to chase. Coming up to 10 minutes to go into half-time. Just a reminder that our clock isn't linked in with the referee's watch, so if it is this close as we get towards 35 and 70 minutes, there might be a bit of meat left on the bone.
Time is still off. Quins, we need a ball, please. There we go. Time is on.
Jacob Hodgson. So far, so good for the Bears line out. They go to the front, and this time Hodgson does join in. He doesn't hold that space on the edge. They're looking to do this with that crude bullying technique. But he breaks early, Hodgson. He stopped short, and Ollie Streeter called off it. Oh, again, agonisingly close. The pick from Joe Lloyd. He's over. And this time Bears do make it stick in the 22. All about the back rowers for Bears today. First Huller, then Lloyd. And Bristol Bears lead for the second time in the match.
8.
The Bristol Bears will have been hoping to have done it with the first phase via Jacob Hodgson, but when it goes to ground, just the pace of the carry, the bravery of the carry as well. That's not an easy finish by Joe Lloyd. Needs to drift across the face, then get to ground. When he's got that lateral movement, it's really easy for the defenders to get underneath him and keep forcing him wide. But had the strength, had the wherewithal. And he adds to the tally. Here's Fiddler. Well, it doesn't look like he's going to miss today, does he? Another lovely strike. 2 tries, 2 conversions. Bristol Bears 14, Harlequins 7. Yeah, just another look at this finish. Just gets in low. Great strength. There's no motivator in rugby quite like the white line, is there?
Scrum advantage.
Well, back underway, knocked on again. Bristol not received the kickoff well enough. A little dummy and a shimmy in midfield to get Quins back on the front foot. That was Southworth in a first receiver. Zuko Rod looks to have recovered from that shoulder knock he got earlier.
Penalty advantage.
Bateman Champagne playing with a penalty advantage. Connor Van Lille.
He's legal.
So important here for Harlequins to find touch.
This man here pulls the 9 in.
Interesting, they're sticking
Number
with
12 white.
Bateman Champagne over on that side. So on the left-hand side, much easier for a right footer to find a good touch than a left footer. But this time he's been quite conservative.
6.
And Harlequins going for 6 in the line-out. They've been successful with those higher numbers. That was what led to the try that got them right back into it. Staples sends it out. Good hands by Elliot Williams. And an excellent line back against the grain. Another short ball, good defending. For Harlequins 2 meters short. But these are the tough meters. This is where the game's won and lost. The pick and the go. Oh, it's close. Referee says held up.
Hold up. Goal line drop out. Here we go, let's go!
Tiny margins in this game. Joe Lloyd able to find a way in a similar circumstance to find the floor.
Keep them behind you, please.
Ashton Graham, not so lucky. Finn Fiddler as far as Elliot Southworth. Nice step off the left foot, but the tackler equal to it. Bateman Champagne finds Tate Williams. Great line speed from Bristol Bears, but it does open up a couple of gaps. Oh, this is a phenomenal carry. Perhaps made 10 meters he had no right to there, crashing forward. That was Streeter back with Quins, and Tate Williams, second carry in quick succession for him. Quins playing with an advantage. And some high legs up there, but still crawling forward.
Time off. Skipper, please. There's too many penalties now in this area. Have a word. You're knowing my options. Let them have a word. Where's the bottom? Back in. Full white, high tackle.
Rowan Curry, the guilty party. Harlequins want to tap and go, want to keep this ball moving and get the try before half-time. And the opportunity to level this game. Tate Williams picks and goes. Bristol all over it. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely sensational work over the ball. And this time it's Bristol Bears' turn.
Holding on.
Look at this, it's Tate Williams there. And Ashton Graham not quite quick enough on the clear out. And the score remains Harlequins 7, Bristol Bears 14, and both teams deserve huge credit for the way they've defended their 22.
We will play on. 3 we're going to play on.
Both teams' lineouts operating very well. Howick in midfield. Fiddler. Straight to Manuel. He puts that goose step on in midfield and then runs straight onto a shoulder. Oh, quick hands, good hands, and now a little bit of space. Zuko Rob takes the 2-on-1. The inside ball could do it, but he tries to go himself, and Bristol Bears recover. Oh, one more pass, and it was on for Quins. It still could be. It's close, it's short. And Bristol Bears survive again. Phenomenal scramble defence from the Bears, but that's a massive opportunity gone begging for Quins.
No, lost 4. So how long left for the half? 2.
So Rob here, the inside pass there, and it is a stroll in for Bateman Champagne. But look how quickly Bristol Bears get back. That is about as close as we'll come to a try this season, but then the numbers were there, the ball had gone forward, and with 2.5 minutes to go until half-time, it is still 7-14, but Bristol Bears living very dangerously inside their own 22.
Happy? Let's go.
Tom Bowen back on his feet. They certainly won't want to lose him. He has been a fantastic watch in the half an hour or so that we've had here at Grasshoppers. But it's been a physical game, a game that's been played at a fast pace. So with these little knocks and players getting the medical attention, sure everyone else will be delighted just to fill the lungs full of a bit of oxygen.
Time is on.
So another visit to the 22 for Harlequins. Another visit where they come away empty-handed. Now,
Crouch!
up to Bears to exit.
Let's go, fellas! Get the nudge on now, boys, let's go! Set! Last one of the half, boys, let's go! Let's go!
There's the nudge from Harlequins. Big scrum. Well, the referee was just reaching for his whistle there, but very positive carry. And now there could be some space. Here's Shepherd. Drops that on the toe, and Tom Bowen's hit the afterburners. He's the favourite to win the race, but he can't beat the touchline. What an exit from Bristol.
50-22. 50-22. Guys, Quins.
Just as we approach half-time, I'd like to say hello to the Fielder family that are watching back in the West Country. Thoroughly enjoying their son, who's having a great game at number 10. So Finn Fielder, 2 from 2 conversions and a very embarrassed apology. In fact, he might get the ball here. No, they've gone short instead to Joe Lloyd, the try scorer. Now Fielder, lovely ball out of the back, great hands, fumbled by Bowen. Oh. And the referee decides that that takes us through to half-time. Great contest, and Bristol Bears with a 7-point lead, which is probably about fair. After 35 minutes of rugby, Joachim Haller opened the scoring with a charge-down try. Fielder converted it. Harlequins came straight back. Jimmy Staples off the back of the maul. Felix Bateman-Champagne with the conversion. And then Joe Lloyd from short range, again converted by Fielder. Means that half-time here at Grasshoppers, it's Harlequins under 18 7, Bristol Bears 14.
Ready, Quins?
Welcome back, everybody. Hope you are well refreshed and looking forward to the second half here at Grasshoppers. Finn Fielder's left boot gets the second half underway. Oh, and Harlequins have knocked that on inside the 22. Referee Max Marshall hot on that. And that is not the start that the hosts will have wanted. It's been a change for Bears in the back row. You can see Dan Bartlett wearing number 20. He's replaced Joe Lloyd. Joe Lloyd, the try scorer in the first half.
Bind. Set.
Ted Phillips had a good first half, and he finds Fielder. Oh, good bump by Ethan Williams. He's come on and made an immediate impact. What a carry that is from the replacement centre. Straight over the gain line. Penalty advantage for Bristol Bears. It's the second penalty
Quins, place the 9.
that Harlequins have conceded for playing the scrum half.
Come on, man. Oh, sorry.
And Bristol, again, leaving it to the big men. Will Pearce just loves these carries. Oh, that's a great shot on him, though. The Bristol Bears knocking on the door, looking to start this second half the way they finished the first. Leaving it to the big men. Dan Bartlett's around there, having a little look.
Off the leg, play on.
The Quins standing firm for now. Pearce involved again. Ethan Williams. Heavy carry by Worsnip. Worsnip under the post. Hasn't managed to get it down, though. Fielder desperate for it. Lovely ball. Tom Bowen's over. Lovely link up by the backs after the forwards have done all the hard graft. Real team try from Bristol Bears. Harlequins just not able to compete with the speed of ball. That pass across the face from Fielder, though. Charlie Manship did well to remove himself from that situation. That was Bowen's ball, and Bowen was always going to score. So that's another replacement that Bristol Bears have made in the front row. Charlie Manship in at hooker. Finn Fielder, 2 from 2 so far. Make that 3 from 3. Harlequins 7, Bristol Bears at 21. And this is a really important phase of the game now for Harlequins, because if they can't get a foothold, this could disappear out of sight. What they have done well, though, is respond to conceding both times. And what Bristol Bears haven't done well is receive kickoffs. It's happened again, this time Zuko Robb. It's been held up, though. He's being taken unceremoniously towards the touchline. Despite receiving the kickoff, Bristol Bears get away with one there, it must be said.
How many, please?
Not a lot Zuko Robb could do there. He took the ball as soon as he was upright. Just bodies around him. First line out then for Charlie Manship. And it's been intercepted. Bodies all over that. Nathan Benton has come on for Quins. We're at number 19. And Tom Maslin, replacement scrum half as well, after a good opening 35 by Sam Lyne. Here's Tate Williams. And the ball just gets left behind. Pass was just over the shoulder. Change in the front row as well. Jamie Miller for Harlequins, wearing number 17.
Crouch!
Just packing down on the loose head side, the near side.
Set! You need to put more weight through. You need to hold the push.
Let's go! Let's go then! Tight! Loose! There we go! Second! Locks! There we go! Buy-in, boys, buy-in.
Crouch! Bind!
Let's go!
Set!
Changes in the front row yield a penalty for Harlequins.
Marks here, please.
That's a knee down on the tight head side for Bears. And that's an excellent kick by Bateman Champagne. Taking Quins as close as they can get. 5 metres out.
How many? 6.
And they've already had success from a line out close in. Found the man at the front. Oh, they've gone round the short side again, backing themselves to go all the way. Referee says no. And again, stopped close, stopped short.
Let it come wide.
Well, Bristol doing well to slow that ball down, and look how closely they are committed to the fringes of that more discipline required in attack and defence. Still short. You could throw a blanket over the Bristol Bears defence, and Harlequins just cannot make a dent. Tate Williams. And it's been knocked on. Well, Bristol committing so heavily, knowing that there's no width coming on it from Harlequins. And they've been rewarded with the put-in at the scrum. Incredible defensive commitment. Just looking for those little tips there, having to be aware. But look how quickly they come round. They know that Harlequins are going to go open, so they put an extra player in there and just pressurise the ball carrier. It is tough and painful work in there, and we can see how painful it is because there are a couple of prone players after that defensive effort. Bears bringing on another front row reinforcement. Jan Davison wearing number 17. Come on the loose head side.
I think this is going to take some time.
So 43 minutes on our clock. If you're just joining us, half-time score, Bristol Bears 14, Harlequins 7. Bears led 7-0 and 14-7. Had a really fast start to the second half as well. Tom Bowen, real bright spark in the first half. He was on the end of a lovely pass by Finn Fielder to finish from short range. Both teams perhaps a little bit guilty of blowing opportunities inside the 22. And Harlequins have just blown a gilt-edged one there. Just a bit of a lack of patience, but take nothing away from Bristol Bears. Fantastic defensive effort, fully committed, full-blooded defensive effort from them. But there's been a head clash that has left one Harlequin and one Bristol Bear in an uncomfortable position. Of course, with this being under 18, any suspicion of any kind of head injury, it will be the end of their game, that's for sure. But beyond that, fingers crossed they'll be fighting fit and ready to go again next week. But the Quins player, he's sat up right now, as is the Bears player. So that's a good start. That's good news. In terms of replacements, Adam Beanie is readying himself for Harlequins. Wearing number 20. There's a shake of the head there. All these youngsters want to play. Unfortunately, today is not the day. Well, in terms of senior rugby, Bristol Bears are one of the teams who are trialling
I've got 27-25.
the new headgear, where if there is a suspected concussion, it's got a cooling feature that the players will wear for up to an hour after they've had the head knock, that hopefully moving forward will help to combat the effects of the concussion. Llanelli Scarlets in West Wales are another team who are trialling that.
It's okay. Okay, good. I thought it was more serious than it was. Thank you.
And that applause will tell you that both players are back up on their feet. They won't play any further part in this game, however. They both look that they are safe and well, which has got to be the priority. 27 minutes to go here at Grasshoppers. Harlequins 7, Bristol Bears 21. It'll be Bears put in at the scrum. When play ended before, it was with the Harlequins knock on the try line.
Stand up. Gaps too big.
So new lock partnership for Harlequins now then. Nathan Bentham and Adam Beanie packing down wearing 19 and 20.
Coach! Bind! Set! Hold the shove, Quins!
The Harlequins moving forward in the scrum, but no infringement from Bristol Bears, so no reason for free kick or penalty.
Loose. Locks. Second. Locks. Locks.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
And it goes for the second time. Quins looking to turn the screw once more, but away comes Dan Bartlett. That's a good carry and does well to find the floor. Something that Tate Williams wasn't able to do in the first half. Ted Phillips sends it only as far as Southworth. Southworth infield to Ben Webb. He's wearing 23. So Quins emptying the bench pretty early in this second half. The tip's a good one, so's the bump. Jamie Miller.
There's the advantage.
And Ethan Williams not rolling away for Bristol Bears. A penalty advantage and a chance to build something now for the quarters. But then fumbled over there by Manuel. And we'll go back for the penalty. Quins are going to have to go for the corner here. But
Yeah, I can see.
oh, the busiest players, or the busiest people in the game so far, the medical staff.
Time is off.
That's Ben Webb down there clutching a left ankle after that positive run.
Your penalty. Bob Stern.
He's holding his right arm.
Happy? Ah, okay. Time on. 22 above sternum.
And another conservative touch found. The wind's just picked up a little bit.
Take the line.
Blowing towards the touchline that Quins just kicked to.
Outside if you win, Bristol.
And another chance from the line out for Harlequins. Been overthrown, and that sits up nicely for Bears to come away. They'll come away with Russell. And a tackle by Beanie's a good one. Wins the collision, then Tate Williams joins in. And Phillips, loose ball to Dan Bartlett, but Bristol Bears still with it. No chance for Quins to get their hands on that. That's a nice inside ball, just to change that point of attack, testing the Quins defence, who are level to it.
30 is legal, 7 no clear release.
Well, Ashton Graham, he's really keen to get his hands on that ball, and he gets in there quickly, but needs to paint a better picture to the referee, because that's twice he's been pinged for no clear release. And this time it's Bristol's turn, kicking into that breeze to miss touch on the far side. In steps Maslin. A bit better from Harlequins. Much better from Harlequins, in fact.
Release 7!
Kieran Hill called off it. There's Ollie Streeter in the middle of the park. Ben Webb. Nudge in behind. One for Zuko Robb to chase. It's a smart kick. Not a 50-22, will be Bristol ball, but territory for the home team. And Zuko Robb giving chase there. He's not had a lot of ball in hand, but he's worked very hard at that left flank. And there have been a couple of errors at line-out time for Bristol Bears. So this is an important throw for Charlie Manship. An important throw that he delivers. Another positive carry. Oh, the offload's not great though. Big error by Dan Bartlett. Scrum advantage for Harlequins, but more importantly, the ball inside the Bristol Bears 22. Not a lot of space there for Purnell, but gets a good pass away, and Robb has gone over to that right flank to try and get his hands on the ball. Williams.
Advantage over.
Ben Webb. Short ball, that's Ventham. Replacement lock in the second half. Oh, the skimming ball now for Southworth. Sometimes they can really open up defences. Kieran Hill was called off it by the referee. Just committed to it.
7, please.
Oh, and he's going to spend 7 minutes in the bin too.
Hold on.
There was no clear release. The referee asked him to move away, but he committed to the turnover.
7, no clear release.
Now with 20 minutes to go, it's a 2-score game. And Harlequins are going to need to make one of these visits to the 22 pay at some point.
20. Where you are.
Bristol Bears without one of their real breakdown threats now. Kieran Hill has been a thorn in the side of Harlequins. Not necessarily making those jackals, but slowing the ball down, making the tackles. And now they're going to be without him in defence. Well, they've broken away early here, Harlequins. Could that have stayed in for a little bit longer? Staples, the captain, takes it to ground. Oh, Will Pearce! Oliver Russell enjoying that one as well. It's happened too many times for Quins today. In close proximity, players getting isolated, and Bristol have been so good over the ball. It was Will Pearce, the loose head that time. Jimmy Staples, the captain, one try already. A couple of occasions, maybe the ball could have stayed in for a little bit longer. Trust the work of the men in front of you.
Yeah, there you are. Keep them on with you. Set.
Well, that's Jamie Howick, wearing number 12, looking to get back into the game. He was replaced at half-time.
Release, Quins!
Another good carry from Bartlett. He's made a direct impact. Bristol give chase. Rob's underneath it. Good take, and manages to get around Huller. Still going, Rob. Big frame on the winger. That's Ed Tussler. And nudging behind, but it's overcooked, but the knock on. Oh, Tom Bowen, rare error from him. And that speculative kick comes to fruition. Manuel.
We'll take the scrum.
Well, Tom Bowen with a knock on, you could see that he knew he had time. And if that ball sat up, then he'd have been away and he'd have been attacking individual defenders. But sometimes the bounce of the ball betrays you.
He's got off far side. Thank you.
A couple of changes. Jamie Howitt coming back in for Bristol Bears. And Kala Ojo coming in for Quins. We're in number 22. He's slotting straight into the centres.
Loose. Blocks. Blocks in. Seconds.
Crouch! Bind!
Eyes up, Yoku.
Set!
Off Chris. Yes, boys! Straight down, let's go! Not on the way, boys! Let's go, good off. It's fine, it's just too much space.
Yeah, just bring it closer.
Tight. Loose. Locks. Seconds.
Crouch!
Sink.
Bind! Set!
Everyone stacked on the open side for Quins, but now they rush to the short side. And that's where they're going to take it. Oh, the pass was just behind, but well gathered. Just takes the momentum out of the attack a little bit. Isaac Manuel. He's held up, needs to present the ball. Referee said more. Is it playable? Again, Bristol Bears doing so well. It's something they've targeted all game. If the ball carrier's upright, get a shoulder underneath that ball and just add numbers. And then if the maul's called, they can take it to ground and reset with a scrum and just try and exit.
I've got that card back on next play, and this is already on.
It's a huge credit to Harlequins and the way they've attempted to turn this game around. Territorially, they've been much better, but not really been able to pressurise Bristol Bears at all. Very organised in defence.
We need an 8. You can't drop at this level. Thanks.
Finn Fielder was offering himself as a number 8 then. Rest of the pack saying, no, no. Let's get a bit of ballast.
Crouch!
Particularly
Bind!
getting rid of your midfield kicking option.
Set!
But you've got to admire the youngster's willingness to get his head in. Not many tend to do that.
The old 45, same scrum.
Sorry, you just watched it, that 9's on side. Give him more, give him more.
Time is off. Parky, next phase. The yellow can come back. Thanks. 15. Right, time on. So it's start this one. Oh, sorry. Time is still on. Happy, yeah?
Let's go, lads, come on, let's go.
Stay square, please.
Here we go. Loose. Seconds. Locks.
Taken a little while to reset this scrum, but referee Max Marshall has been very particular in what he wants from these packs of forwards.
Bind.
Bristol will be back up to 15 in the next play as well, and we're into the final 15 minutes. Quins desperately trying to get the scrum dominance, but nothing going. However, if they could get a score here, then maybe we would be in for a grandstand finish. Remember, Quins looking for first victory after 3 consecutive defeats. Bristol Bears,
Thank you.
2 wins in their last 3 games.
That way. Where you are now? Okay.
More changes for Bears then. Oscar Green coming in wearing number 21.
Just take a step.
Harry Mills wearing number 19. Quins ball. It's a loose one. It's been knocked on.
Scrum
So
advantage,
Bristol Bears
right.
scrum advantage.
Advantage over.
Oh, with the advantage called. The advantage over called. That's an excellent touch finder. And this is the first time we've looked right for a long time. The Bristol Bears, they've been starved of territory and possession, but they've got the scoreboard on their side. 2-score game.
That's you there.
Staples still on, the captain. It's had a good game, and that's good line-out ball, and Maslin gets it away. Jack O'Kelly
Play on.
with the carry, doesn't quite keep hold of it. But it's still with the quarters.
Release right.
Bristol Bears with that intense line speed again. It's been a real hallmark of the way they've defended at times, and Quins forced to put the boot on it. Louis Nanscaville not had as much time on the ball as he perhaps have liked, so you can almost guarantee that there's going to be a carry, and didn't even look at the pass, just wanted to seek the contact. Pearce. Back door it goes, just about held on to. In fact, Dan Bartlett did well to get down.
Nine, stop!
Another one of those nudges in behind, and Bowen's on it. Cover tackle. A good one, an important one. Ben Webb.
Just in the tackle.
Well, this time Ted Phillips tackled well, but just a little slither of a knock-on by Quins. Kills the momentum. 11 minutes to go, says the referee. Important tackle that on Tom Bowen. You just never know which way he's going to step. Diminutive. Sometimes, even though he's a lot lighter than a lot of the players, so you'd think in terms of physicality he'd struggle, because the way he moves, absolute nightmare to bring down.
Water off, please. Water off, please.
More changes for Bears. Joe Lloyd back on, scored the try to give Bristol the lead in the first half. And Harrison James returning to the fray as well.
Second, give me more. Loose. Let's go. Yeah, come on, come on. Let's go. Here we go, boys.
Crouch. Bind.
Okay, watch blind.
Set.
No! No!
Well, here come Bristol Bears looking for that ball at the back to Bowen, who always backs himself around the outside. Suggestion of a forward pass. Referee happy enough to continue. Phillips. Back out to Will Pearce. He has been so busy, the loose head. Great engine. Davison. Well, Fielder waiting for it. Quins think they turned it over, but there is that ball for Bristol Bears. Oliver Russell. Offload is good. Finds Manship. Manship gets the hip in and wins the collision. So Phillips with the option. That's Joe Lloyd. First touch of the ball for him since returning to the field. Excellent hands. Quins drifting across and Bears having to come back in field. That's Oscar Green. Quins thinking they've got the turnover every time. But great shot. Joe Lloyd dealt with. Some really good tackling here from Quins again. Competitive, but Bears on the clear out so quick. And Ted Phillips will have felt that one. It was well managed by the Quins tacklers. And forcing the knock on. Oh, Ted Phillips.
Yeah, I agree.
Penny for the thoughts of the young scrum half as he was lifted off both feet. Well, he ran not just onto one shoulder, but two shoulders. And credit where it's due to the young man, he wore it well. He's there getting a bit of medical attention now. Probably just making sure he's not seeing too many stars. Let's take another look at this. He thought he'd sensed a gap. There was no gap. And there he is.
Nine.
Worn like a parrot on a pirate's shoulder. Into the last 10 minutes then. And you can see on this fast surface, this synthetic surface here at Grasshoppers, there's a little bit of cup final cramp being stretched out on a few of these players. It's been at a hectic pace. It was Finn Fielder down there.
Time is on.
He's been at the heart of lots today, but Ted Phillips back on 2 feet, ready to go. Made a tough stuff, these young players, and these scrum halves at all ages. You think about how many kilos they're giving away to some of the bigger players, and absolutely fearless. And he's been superb today as Ted Phillips.
Coach! Bind!
But it'll be Maslin with the put in this time. Quins ball, need a score, need it quickly. Scrum's gone well. That's a huge boot. But it's out. On the full, that's a big error. Oh, that's a big error. It's just gifted Bristol field position. Again, the wind's a reminder that it's blowing in that direction, so caught on the breeze, drifted into touch. Oh, more good line-out ball. They sent Tank Williams up to try and disrupt, but away comes Charlie Manship. An excellent clear-out. Fielder, good hands. Nanscoville off his wing, and again driving the legs in the contact, stealing those meters. And they're just queuing up to carry here. The tip is a good one. Harry Mills, still Harry Mills. Ventham with the tackle. Pearce, tipped on. Now some width on it. Lovely ball, and in goes Huller. Second try for Joachim Huller. And that should just about put the lid on it for Bristol Bears. And that has been a characteristic of their play today. Heavy carries, hard yards up the middle, big players getting over the gain line. Then when it's on, it is on. Look at this ball from Fielder, and then Ethan Williams off the left hand. And Huller, big back rower on the edge, gets his second, dots it down in the corner. And Bristol Bears, with the 4th try, put this one to bed. Now Fielder has been immaculate off the tee so far, 3 from 3. But this is a tough one. It's on a good side for the left footer, but it is directly into the wind. Sends it on its way, but wind always holds it up. Doesn't bother the posts and doesn't bother the scoreboard, but it is Harlequins at 7, Bristol Bears at 26 inside the last 5 minutes.
I've got 6.
Bristol Bears home and host. Another look at this link up between the two playmakers, Fielder and then Ethan Williams, just hitting the line so hard. He had options short, he had options long, but running at pace. That pass off the left hand, very well done indeed. But when it's your day, it's your day. That has bounced off the chest of Rob and straight into the hands of Will Pearce.
It's legal, we'll go back. Thank you.
But Will Pearce at it again. There are no official Player of the Match awards in these Premiership under-18 games, but if there were, he would certainly be in contention, Will Pearce.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
The final few minutes then. Is there something else for one of these teams to celebrate? I mean, Bristol Bears just looking to play now, aren't they, from inside their own half. Tom Bowen, he's another one who's been outstanding today. It's messy over there on the far side, but Oscar Green gets hands on it for Bears. I mean, oh, goodness. What a counter ruck. Brilliant strength from Kala Ojo. He's managed to put a foot into touch, but how has he come up with that ball? What a turnover. Just seeing the opportunity there.
Yeah, just step off, step off.
Straight on, ripped it off the scrum half. Well, he's timed that to perfection. He's unlucky to put a foot in touch in the end, Kala Ojo. But Bears ball. Again, a messy ball, comes back. They've won all the 50-50s. Sometimes it's been through industry where you win the collisions in attack and defence. It's amazing how often that one leads to the other. And if you win those, you get all those lucky bounces as well. Certainly Bristol Bears shown them more initiative, more invention, but ultimately they have just won the match in terms of defensive collisions, offensive collisions. Harlequins, though, they've not been shy of opportunities, have they?
Yeah,
the score was 14-7. They were right on the Bristol Bears line.
How many? 5.
And that ball was knocked on, and since then they've never really looked as though they've had the opportunity to enforce themselves, impose themselves on this game. Well taken. Into the last minute we go. Oh, and a couple of missed tackles and Bears straight back into the Quins half. Another good back row carry. Well, the ball knocked on. Ted Phillips has stayed down. Doesn't look too comfortable either. He's having that left ankle of his clutched. Straight away the medical staff on, and again, fingers crossed that is just precautionary, because the last thing we want is for a young player to get injured, or any player to get injured in fact. Did have a big bump, a big clash of heads earlier, but both players managed to walk off the pitch of their own steam. Well, we're coming towards the end of this one. It's been great to have your company. Just a reminder that home and away, all of the Harlequins under-18s games are live streamed.
26-7.
Not necessarily getting the results that the team wants at the moment, but great to have a glimpse into the future of all of these Premiership teams. The Saracens game is coming up. That's next Sunday, live from the Stone X. You can join us for that one. What a Saturday, Sunday. You can watch Wales and England in the Six Nations on Saturday. And then, of course, in the absence of Premiership Rugby, you can watch Premiership Academy Rugby with us. Saracens versus Quins, live from North London. And there are going to be a few battered and bruised, tired bodies out there today. Because despite the slightly lopsided scoreline, it's been a really physical contest.
Just get trapped under a foot, didn't it?
Well, there are players limping off, there's blood on jerseys, it has been a hard-earned victory for Bristol Bears. And Ted Phillips is, well, I would say he's up on 2 feet, but it very much looks like 1.5, because it is an uncomfortable end to an excellent performance from that young man. And I tell you what, he's worn a few, hasn't he? He was carried by 2 big Harlequins forwards, that didn't stop him. Turns out studs being caught in the turf might be the thing that ends the day for that man. But it will be a day ended in victory for him and Bristol Bears.
Okay, let's bind up.
Here we go, boys. Here we go. Shots. Loose. Finish it now.
A warm round of applause
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
for Ted Phillips.
Let's go, yeah.
Crouch.
Big 69 minutes for him.
Bind. Set.
But it will be Harlequins with the last chance to attack in the match. Away they go. Well, the dummy thrown, but again, Bristol Bears under the ball, holding it up, looking for the maul. They'll win this. And that is another physical victory for Bristol Bears. And it has to be said, they have been exceptional at that today. Just one of the areas where they have been superior in this round 6 game. So as our clock ticks towards 70, it's actually Bristol who have the last attacking opportunity. Options both ways. Louis Nanscaville hugging the touchline on this right-hand side, but most of the options to the left.
Set.
But instead, they're just going to send it into the stands. And it's a 3rd victory in 4 games for Bristol Bears. It is a 4th defeat on the bounce for Harlequins. 4 tries to 1. And a scoreless second half for the home team. 2 tries for Joachim Huller, 1 for Joe Lloyd, 1 for Tom Bowen. The only consolation, Jimmy Staples, the Harlequins captain, going over. And the full-time score here at Grasshoppers is Harlequins 7, Bristol Bears 26. Full-time at Grasshoppers, Quins 7, and Bristol Bears 26. Well, that's all from Grasshoppers. A reminder that we will be back next Sunday with Saracens Academy versus Harlequins Academy. Great to have your company, of course, the beginning of another lovely rugby weekend, wherever it's going to take you. We hope that you enjoy it. We'll speak to you again next week, and we will leave you here with the highlights from this one. 5 tries for you to enjoy, particularly if you're a Bristol Bears fan.